Ticka 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 ticka. Boop. See you over there, trying to hide behind the lamppost. Gotta. Ah. Yo, everybody, this is Dur, and I'm playing some Minecraft. But yeah, like, is it just me, or is like, are things getting suddenly and rapidly a lot more dangerous around here? Weird. Are they having a convention or something? But anyway, yeah, like, gotta keep in motion. Should probably keep on rolling. Shouldn't let ourselves get too tired or exhausted by things like that. Maybe we should shift gears and get the show on the road. Get the episode going. Maybe I veered off too much with. Maybe I'm driving people away with these puns. Well, if you haven't gauged this yet, I'm gonna try to build a car in this episode. These shulker boxes are handy for gathering supplies. What materials I should get for the car. So the main thing is gonna be lapis. Because I want the car to be blue. And that's the only kind of... Well, it's not really a metal, it's a gem, but it's kind of... It's a mineral still, and it's blue, so I guess it kind of fits, but I don't know. I have a lot of lapis, so I figured I'd make the car with that. I'd also want... I'm gonna need a lot more of this gray wool. Well, not a lot more. A bunch of redstone as well, and a bunch of copper, and a bunch of wood, I guess. And a ton of deep slate. And some other things. I got some materials for the tires. The wheels of the car in here. I'm not sure which one I want to use yet. But there's still some other stuff I gotta get for that anyway. Ooh. One of the things I want to try is basalt. Basalt? Basalt? I don't know. But yeah, I could get it here in the nether. The portal to the mesa happened to be right next to this basalt biome. So I can get some basalt from here. I also wanted to get blackstone. Which I think it's lower. So I have to dig down some. Oh. Have to dig down somewhere else. Actually, maybe this stuff here is blackstone? Oh yeah. So I could just get it for me. Still precarious though. Feels like I'm short on a lot of materials actually in this map. I don't even remember what my inventory was. Ugh. I guess going on a journey will help with that though. Okay, so starting with the bottom of the car. Is it called like an undercarriage? I don't know, but I don't know that much about car actually, but anyways. Gonna need some of this stuff. Uh some of this. And this one too. Actually, I'll start with tires. Got all this stuff to use for tires, maybe. I don't know. A lot of this stuff probably won't look good. I was thinking maybe like I don't know, the stairs would be kind of make something look round by putting the stairs like this. You kind of make a round shape. But it's really big. So I don't know if I want to use that method. I was thinking about pumpkins and melons and jars and stuff. But the texture is... The rounded looking textures are on the top. And they can't be placed sideways. Place it sideways. It might look better, but this hay could go sideways. It kind of looks like it has treads or something. And so does the barrel. They look like they have treads, but it's not really tires. Plus the top part doesn't really look like the middle of a tire either. Oh, where's my axe? And then there's these clay things. If you put them out a certain way, they make a roundish kind of pattern. But, oh, that one didn't come out right. But it kind of looks more like a tire pattern, but again, it's really... like you could put them sideways and they would... well, if you put them the right way, they would look more like a rounded pattern, but again, they'd be really big to get that. I guess you could just put one, but then it kind of looks like... I don't know, it kind of looks like a tire. I guess. On that one. Otherwise, these look like a quarter of a tire, maybe. I'm also thinking maybe this grindstone. Because you could put it sideways and it's kind of like a tire. But then it's like... I don't know. You'd have this bit sticking out. It's like you got a boot on your tire. And then... there's also... like pistons and stuff. The top texture kind of looks like it. Or this chiseled stone. Or the logs. I think the logs kind of look... If you put up sideways, they look pretty good like a tire. Or quartz pillar, maybe. Maybe just the actual black stone, too. It resembles, like, the texture of a tire. Like, the rubber part. It's kind of got, like, a rounded thing going on. I was also thinking, like, if you... make copper these copper doors, we'll put that on there. Then it kind of makes it look like a tire rim or metal sort of thing. But it's also orange, so I don't know. I'm thinking either... hey, I'm trying to talk here. Get out of here. I'm thinking either just the blackstone or the log would look like good tires. Or black wool. Meh. But yeah, probably... Wait, that's basalt. Oh yeah, this polished basalt. That kind of looks like a tire too. And it's darker than the quartz one. And the texture on the side kind of looks like it treads as well. So that one's a pretty good candidate as well. It's pretty much the same as the wood, actually. Uh... I don't know, I gotta decide something. I'll go with this for now. Might be a placeholder, but... I guess I'll put the car here. This one, the tiles. I think the tiles kind of look like... Oh. Kinda like... There might be some car things on the bike. I don't know. Like the gear shaft and stuff. It kinda looks like it. Kinda looks better this way. Oh well. But yeah, that's gonna be the underside, along with these polished ones that look more like cloth or leather. Should go for where the seats are gonna go. Which is like here, I think. That would be like the interior floor. Made some of these. So made some of these. Take blaze rods, but you get 4 of them, so it's not that expensive. And then I'm gonna make this new thing called a crafter that actually auto crafts items for you if you power it and feed it inventory and stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna use it for that right now, but more for the design, because I noticed a particular part of the design works pretty well for the car. Anyway, this is about how big the car is gonna be, I think. Got this assortment of stuff here to use for the interior. This is where the front console goes. Kind of looks like a an instrument display, kind of. And there's like a little basin type thing at the top, kind of. And that goes in the middle, and it's like the radio part and stuff. And then this part is the glove box. But wait, it doesn't. Okay, well, I guess it only faces north. And I'm building the car facing this way, but if it was facing north, this would look kind of like a glove box. And this would look better with this map at the front, like a GPS. But that's how the game is, so I guess it still looks kind of okay. Anyway, got this part here, which too bad it can't be a slab, but I think this kind of looks like pedals. And then I mean, the seats should probably be a lot higher than the pedals, but whatever. It's the gear shift thing. Actually, it should be probably here. This doesn't make any sense. It's too flat. I guess I could try to make it taller, but it's a really tall. It's gonna be a really tall car if I do that. I guess it's fine how it is. There's like no leg room, but it's already a really long car, it seems like, so. And then the speakers in the back. And then this is the center console, which is now too tall compared to the seats. But it does open, so you can put stuff in it. Here's what the crafters are for. Is the door. Oh, no, there. This looks like a door handle. Yep, that's what the crafter's for. This kind of looks like the buttons for like the window and stuff. They extend outside the window. I do this, but oh well. And then it kind of looks like I guess there's wood paneling on the side of the car because of this, but oh well. But there's like an extra row now, and it kind of messes up the design. So I'm gonna move this. I want it to be like a compact kind of thing, you know? Like as compact as possible. Which is still pretty bulky in this game. I decided to use light blue glass for the windows. And then, yeah, because they go better with the lapis. And now I can start putting the outer frame on. Do you know there's actually like there's a substitute for lapis? For the color of lapis called Egyptian blue that you can make with like lime and copper. And it was used by people in ancient times to make their buildings look blue without actually having to mine the rare minerals of lapis. And some researchers think that it was used in like it was used for one of the buildings it was used for was the Temple of Etemenunki in Babylon, which was supposedly the inspiration for the Tower of Babel story. Although it was only like 200 feet tall. Well, I guess it was pretty tall. Impressive enough for people to write about it back then. But it is smaller than the Egyptian pyramid. And the tallest building today is uh like 2,000, almost 2,000 feet tall. So yeah, I think I did this right. Wait, no, these are supposed to go in the front because they look like grill. More crafters go in the back because they have this kind of like this texture. I like this blue stained clay for the front because it looks like a scallop design kind of. I don't know. It kind of looks curved for the. It looks curved like the design on the hood would be. Uh, as for the engine, which wouldn't really fit anywhere, but could use an anvil for the engine. Could turn it this way and have it look like those engines that stick out the top, kinda. Uh, Or maybe just like a piston. It would make more sense for an engine, I guess. Especially if it was like raised up. I like a more like this. Even though it doesn't make as much sense for them to be down on the ground. Somehow that doesn't look right either. Also, this doesn't really look good now that these are sideways on here. Or if I lower the whole thing. No, the engine's really sticking out. Man, it's not easy to make things look curved in Minecraft. It's supposed to be like a convertible top where you could fold it back. And it's fold it into the back part. It's supposed to look like the fabric that I used for the floor, kind of. Anyway, this convertible top also has a sunroof, which probably isn't really structurally possible, but oh well. It is in here. Because these doors don't really open, so that's how you get in and out. Through the sunroof. I think this car looks better from the inside. Well, the seats are really flat for some reason. And then some more wood paneling type things here to cover up the top of these crafters, and also to make it kind of look like a thing where the top would fold into, even though the window is in the way, but oh well. Redstone lamps go in the back, because they don't need to stay on all the time. And then the copper lamps go in the front, because you can have them stay on if you want. Also should have mirrors, side mirrors, which I thought the grindstone might kind of looks like a mirror. But also uh this stuff is kind of looks like the right shape as well, these walls. And I figured this tough wall was the smoothest looking, so I decided to use those for the mirrors. Anyways, yeah, that's the car. As close as I could get to the car I wanted in this game. Yeah. So I guess the next episode, we could start preparing for the road trip. Maybe. Oh yeah, and this antenna for the radio. That's an important part.
And now it's time for a bit of a Wilder Watch. Today's topic is
Waddles!
Find out more this Sunday on the weekly Wilder Watch.